like one of the replays to see how we actually arrived here. Because Farms currently is eating his kebab, FTX had to go and deal with some stuff, so we have just enough time to watch one of the shorter games, which is gonna be this Adaptive Diversity one. Where obviously we're gonna have... Well, that's big, a game is actually happening after 10 years of lobby hosting. Wow! I guess the players were just surprised to go and see it actually work out. But yeah, the setup is obviously players in the bottom corner and the top right one, with the AIs being actually in the other corners. So, RNG, AI once again, a single Aeon and a single UEF-1 for the AI teams. They are not together, it's just two different teams of the RNG, so yeah. They are not gonna be playing together, but are against each other. But the thing is we will see how are this player, like Farms and the other one that is being the Blinchik, how are they gonna fare against the AI compared to before? After all, well... No, Dev by Succubus, that was my Discord, I have received a message. Because last time we have seen the Banani here, he just went in here, pushed versus the AI and got sniped by 30 T1 bombers, so yeah. I wonder if we will see any kinds of similar mishaps happening, as the AI is already having some trouble getting... How did you make it? Magic. That was magic, I guess. The AI unit is just phasing through the walls of the factories. But yeah, it seems like there is a small difference already compared to the first game that we were watching on this map, as there is no T1 bombers being built by any of the players. Instead, what we can see is that the early mech marines are gonna be fielded by both teams, and also a lot of scouts for the, again, Pain, who's gonna try to find any kinds of excursion happening from the enemy team. T1 bomber have been produced by Wi-Fi and is going to look for the engineers expanding from farms. It's not gonna go for the expanding ones, instead it is gonna go and bomb the NGs which are building the pigeons. The bomb have been unleashed, 3 NGs have been killed, a beautiful drop. Now some micro happening to see if he can actually maybe grab some kills on the bomb, the pigeons. Gonna go and destroy the T1 MAA that was being produced in the factory. Is there any response? Yes, there is a response happening from the team, as Mr. Boom is gonna go and send one Inti. Oh, that is too late. The damage have been done, my man. 4 mechs, 1 mechs, 4 pigeons and 4 T1 engineers have been killed. Make it 5 engineers. 700 must killed on a single T1 bomber. That's what they call a masterclass. Okay, let's look what is happening here. It seems like the middle league claim is gonna belong to Svatosov, as Nathan was actually a little bit too slow to go and grab it. Making it so that the team Baltica 9 is gonna be the one with the early advantage. Yep, we can even see it here on the mass income, 83 mass for the team Baltica and only 75 for the team A. The AI is already on 35 mass per team. And yes, it seems like Blinchik is actually doing much better compared to his counterpart Banani in the previous game. We have some small fights here happening, yes. Let's see what is happening in the middle. 2 ACUs versus 1, because it seems like Wi-Fi and Limes are actually gonna go and try to push out the enemy AI from this position. While the other team, Team A, is gonna go and focus more forces on the middle, where the enemy players are gonna be. Okay, it seems like Svato is unfortunately gonna be unable to grab the reclaim here, as all of his units have been killed off by, again, Pain. Once again, bombers being brought out by the AI to go and deal with the ACU belonging to the player on the left flank, so let's hope that Blinchik is not gonna go and follow in the footsteps of Banani, who was sniped by T1 bombers after finishing off one of the enemy AIs. And bombers, there is a lot of them. Already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bombers on the field for the RNG on the left top. While on the other hand, it seems like Farmsletty doesn't have to worry about any kind of land units at all, as he is pushing in to go and kill Albara, the pink Aeon ACU belonging to the RNG on the bottom right corner. ACU dropping out to 1k HP, lower and lower. The other UEF ACU is gonna go and come to help, but it is gonna be too late and too little, as the armored command unit of Farmsletty is gonna fire an overcharge shot to go and finish off the ACU belonging to RNG, meaning there is one less to worry about. Now, going back to the top side, it seems like Blinch is actually getting pulled back by the AI, as the T1 bombers are once again getting the value. What is wrong with the corner here, with the ACUs just being sniped by the bombers? Okay, thankfully, there is a single T1 MAA turret, which is getting an awesome value out here by killing bomber after another, which is great to see. Okay, T2 engineers have been produced by the RNG, meaning that we might see some T2 PDs being built up in no time, but thankfully, the land forces from Blinching are here to make sure it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna kill the T2 mechs and also a few engineers, although the piler have been fielded, so yeah, it's gonna be hard to go and crash this base. At least not yet. Let's go and see what is happening in the middle. In the middle we can see that the players are basically grabbing the gun upgrades for the ACU to ready up for the push. But Farms is actually still doing okay. His ACU might not have a lot of HP, only 3500 HP left, but he is very close to getting the second Veterancy upgrade, meaning we can basically think of his ACU as having 5000 HP. Moongoose already being also fielded, which is a great choice versus T1 units, and especially versus enemy Aeon units, as Auroras are outranging Pilars and they also outrange the Strikers, so having Moongoose to outrange the Aurora is a good Uno reverse card. I do approve of that move. Let's see what is happening, because Blinch is just playing with fire in here. His ACU down to 4k HP, but the Veterancy upgrade is gonna be just around the corner as he kills the Piler with an overcharge, meaning he gets the HP value. But the problem is, he still didn't manage to go and crash the AI, as the Pilers and other heavy tanks belonging to RNG are proving to be a hard nut to crack. Gun upgrade also being fielded by one of the ACUs, which means that this man better grab some gun upgrades or something to, well, support his ACU. Region Aura being built by Wi-Fi, gun already upgraded. Lime's going all in to actually start producing the Janus, but the thing is, they don't have enough interceptors. As we can see, you might have the T2 units available, but so what when your opponents have like triple or even 4 times the amount of interceptors available? Another Janus coming out. No, that's a Nota. He's gonna go and try to force the ACU to go and stop the upgrade of the gun. It's not gonna really work, and the problem is, while you are trying to go and force out the enemy AI from the game, you are also being choked on the middle, as we can see. Natron together with Boom making a beeline for the enemy bases, straight through the middle, as Wi-Fi is being basically forced to go and full back. Farm's still doing pretty okay on the right flank, having to play only versus a single ACU. Good to see that he's also building the TMD to protect his T2 as well. You might not know it, but M27 and RNG AI are actually quite well known for building TML and getting value out of it. Speaking of value, look at this. Farmsletty like a king of the hill, just destroying the T2 mechs from atop. What a play. Okay, we have an airfight happening as there is a snipe coming for Wi-Fi. But the problem is the Notas are not gonna cut it. What you want is some interceptors and flag. Thankfully, the bangers have arrived on the field, meaning that the Spectre gunships are gonna be forced to go and run back. More and more interceptors pouring in from the top side of the team. But the T1 AA turrets are here to basically dissuade them from making a push. Natron, together with again Pain, are making a push on the other flag. As we can see, both ACUs trying to break into the bases belonging to Blinchik. As we are getting closer and closer to the enemy bases, we can see some interceptors getting absolutely mauled by the incoming fire from the enemy flag. Thankfully, Natron recognizes the danger and is gonna go in full buck. But right now, Blinchik is the one who's in trouble as his ACU is getting under the fire from two enemy ACUs with the gun upgrades. Thankfully, Svatosov is here to go and save the day with his own ACU. But the problem is they don't have the units to go and support the ACUs, as we can see that Natron not only brought some T2 guns into him, but also a bunch of hoplites to actually go and support the ACUs from far, far away. We can see them just firing one volley after another against the enemy ACUs to push them out of the game. As this is a very bad situation, we can see that Blinchik is dropping lower and lower. He needs a single overcharge to go and grab some additional HP on his ACU with the veterancy upgrade. But the enemy hoplites are nowhere to be seen in the range of the gun upgraded ACU. Svato gonna go and grab a single overcharge versus the enemy tanks, but yeah, the problem is that again Payne can actually just keep on pushing forward, and even if he dies, this might cause a chain reaction between all of the ACUs, and kaboom baby! Two of them are gonna go and explode at the same time, as both again Payne and Blinchik are gonna get a draw. Right now, we also have a second explosion happening as Farmslet is gonna go and grab a kill on the ACU belonging to the enemy AI on the right flank, meaning that all of stuff around this position is now gonna belong to Farmslet here. But here, who cares about farms when we have that big push happening still, as Boom and Natron are not gonna go and stop. They are not stopping. Their ACUs together with their units are gonna keep on walking towards the bases belonging to the team Baltic 9. As we can see, Wi-Fi might be trying to go and make the last-ditch defense around this part of the map, but he's not producing any units at all. The T2 Pigeon is gonna get destroyed by the ACUs. The hoplite gonna get overcharged by Wi-Fi, but what else can the men do when two ACUs are knocking on the doors? Well, it seems like all he can do is just keep on running away, as he have no units to respond to that, especially as Limes is not providing any value at all. And there's gonna be no value because the army from farms can actually just walk in through the main door to the base belonging to Limes, and well, the man went for free T3 air. What? I don't really agree with this. Although it seems like he have the air cover because his ASFs are basically cleaning up all the remnants of the Air Force belonging to the Team A. But let's see if there's gonna be some kind of response. There is T2 Pigeon being built by Natron. Okay, it seems like Boom is also switching towards the T3 air. The T3 Pigeon is already nearly halfway done. But can he save his ACU from the incoming broadswords? I guess he can, because he still have flak available, and unless the broadsword cleans up the MAA, he's gonna be unable to snipe the enemy ACUs. ASF gonna go and shut down the few interceptors from the Team A. Another flag, okay, all of the flags have been just killed. The intis from the AI player and the Swiftwings are actually gonna go and try to shut down the gunship, although it seems like the ASF are doing a good job of protecting them. Boom coming under fire as more and more units are basically coming in. Another broadsword after another is being built and fielded by Lime, so who knows, maybe this was the play after all, as Boom is gonna... No way! Boom actually walked back to not only kill the enemy guns with his explosion, but also to go and clean up all of the ASF belonging to Limes, as Limes wasn't paying attention at all. Meaning that with this little play, Boom might actually have given his own team a chance to come back in the airplay after killing all of the ASF belonging to... Okay, Natron also gonna get sniped by the broadswords. But the question is now, can they still have the air control over producing so many broadswords? The man is now gonna produce a Continental for some reason. Like, you are supposed to be making ASF because your opponent is already also hitting the T3 air, so yeah, I wanna see some ASF being made up, as Farms is actually the only player alive on the Team A, so yeah. It's basically a 2v1, but the big problem is that in the top left corner there is still AI on the field. And who knows what it's gonna go and do. Okay, the bricks have been filtered by Wi-Fi, and he's also grabbing the nano and the advanced region hour on his ACU, meaning that this is gonna be a one tanky boy to kill. So let's see how exactly is Farms planning to get back into the game after losing his basically the whole team. We have still 3 broadswords on the field. We also have a Continental flying straight for the enemy base. Although the ASF and Swifties are gonna go and respond on time, though still there is a lot of HP to chew from. Come on, drop the drop. You have to drop now or you're gonna go and lose all of the stuff. And that's a no-go. That's a no bueno. 3 bricks, a Continental, and a bunch of other stuff have just been killed. And now, because you weren't building anything, no ASF at all, your broadswords are now gonna get chased down by enemy ASF, which is a big mistake. Yep. That was a mistake, and let's see. I see that a chicken is being built by Wi-Fi, and well, he does have the mouse income to make it happen. But it is still gonna take a good few minutes to finish it. So yeah, we also have a nice ping that there is a mass available here, exactly 3,500 after the failed drop. So nice to see that the teammates are still helping out Farmslet, even though he's the only one alive. As the game is slowly but surely progressing towards the final stage. The AI, the RNG, is still doing quite good. Making sure that Wi-Fi cannot catch a moment of breather. Although with the few bricks and the rhinos coming in, the obsidians and blazes are not gonna be much of a threat, so yeah. I assume that the RNG not gonna be a problem for the Wi-Fi, at least for the next few moments, as long as it stays on the T2 stage. The bigger problem is gonna be the big army coming through the middle, and don't tell me that's how we're gonna die. I am fully aware that your ACU is all jacked up with the nano, the region aura and gun upgrade, not to mention the 3 veterancy upgrades, but I don't think a single ACU is gonna go and stop this whole army here. This is what? 5 Percivals, bunch of Moongoose, Pylars, Mantises and other stuff around. Okay, thankfully there is a few bricks in the mix to go and support the ACU, so yeah. That is gonna make it a little bit harder to go and snipe this ACU, but the problem is now they threw the air advantage by making too many broadswords, and it might actually come to bite them in the arse. As Farms is firmly in control of the air, the Etota is nearly finished. With what? Already... Yep, it's 100% done. And the question is, how are you planning to stop it? I guess T1 bombers or gunships would be one play. But the question is, how exactly is it gonna work out? And please tell me you have some MAA available or not. Okay, I can see that some bouncers are being fielded, so that's a very good choice by Wi-Fi. Recognizing the fact that he doesn't have the air control, and as such T1 bombers or even strats are gonna come. There is a response with the Galactic Colossi being built by Farms, but it is only 10% done, so the question is, can they build it on time or not, as the AC belonging to Wi-Fi is actually pushing further and further into the... Actually, can't he actually just go in and snipe the ACU now with all of those units? Like, you have what, 15 Percivals available, so the ACU is just gonna go and pop like a balloon the moment it comes into range of those units. And honestly, I wouldn't feel so secure having the ACU up front like that. Like, the moment Farms just right-clicks on the ACU, it's gonna be over. It's gonna be so over in such a bad style that it's not gonna be even funny. Although it seems like Farms is now trying to split his forces, running away from the chicken. Trying to lure him in even deeper and deeper as he tries to buy time for his own GC to be finished. But while the chicken is pushing towards the base belonging to Farms, Farms is deviously pushing in with his own split army right behind the forces of Wi-Fi, meaning that this might be a really bad trade. Here comes the restaurants, gunships and everything else to just basically go and try to snipe the enemy forces. The bouncers are trying to go and shoot down as many units as possible. But considering just how many restaurants are in the air and how much HP they have available, this might be actually a 50-50 happening. Really hard to go and say who will win. The airfight is gonna be a win for the top team, as Team A from Farms is gonna go and kill not only all of the ASF, but also gonna go and finish all of the MAA available in the Unipix. As Slimes is gonna try to build some T1 land factories to keep on spamming the T1 MAA from it. But the problem is, okay, never mind, it seems like the restaurants are still gonna get sniped down by the ASF belonging to Limes, who is making a small comeback. He might not own the airspace, but he still manages to go and kill the threat towards the enemy ACU. And let's see, is there anything to go and stop the chicken from just walking in and killing Farms? I guess the Ravagers are gonna start spinning up their turrets, as the barrels are gonna become hot as they fire one salvo after another towards the chicken, which is taking a lot of damage. The right click has just happened as the chicken is trying to go and snipe the ACU belonging to Farms not yet. But yeah, the chicken is all alone, and it seems like, yep, the push from Farms on through the middle is gonna reap its rewards, as the whole base belonging to Limes is basically lying in ruins. There is nothing but wrecks remaining from the T3 pigeons and the T3 air factories, meaning no more ASF support, no more air units are gonna be available for the bottom team, who is just getting rooted on all parts of the map. Well, how are you gonna play it out right now? Because it seems like you are on the back foot right now. No? Lime's trying to go and save whatever the hell is left from his little base. It seems like some of the T2 mexes are still gonna... Nope. All of them have been erased, as Limes have only 3 mass available per tick. Like, sure, he still have a few mexes lying around, producing mass, but the problem is, he have no power available, and with this, it is gonna be a GG, as the team says, nope, we are out, let's go for game number 2. So I guess this is how Farms won the first game, and how we got a beautiful best of 3 between these guys. But with this, let's go and see if we have the next lobby ready or not. After all, the players had 15 minutes to get everything set up